Hey guys, nice to have you here. Today we'll talk about the different and effective ways of countering Hilda. If you're a Hilda player, I still suggest watching this video since knowing what the enemies have in mind against you can be used to help you make better decisions. If you'd like me to upload more content like this, be sure to leave a like, share, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about the basics first, and as we go deeper into the video, we will progress towards the strategies and some more advanced tips to make any Hilda player cry, or at the very least, become less effective. Vengeance is the best option for nullifying her damage, especially if you are laning against Hilda. I suggest activating Vengeance when you are low in HP or when she's level 4 and her stacks are all maxed out. Of course, if she's not level 4 yet, use it whenever you see fit. Now if you're a squishy hero such as most mages or marksmen, the best battle spell to have is Flicker. Make sure though that if you are going to use Flicker, use it before your HP is half. Trust me, once it's down to less than half, you are most likely dead. Her skills chase down its target once casted, so if you are too late, the damage will still strike you down even if you have blinked away from her.
I will not dishonor the name you gave me.
Aegis can be a helpful battle spell as well, but is ideal only with certain heroes such as Esmeralda, who can greatly benefit from the shield effect it provides. Obviously, having high physical defensive equipment is a necessity. Don't be complacent though, because Hilda can still be very powerful even if you have physical defensive equipment or items. After all, Malefic Roar exists, and if she has that, plus Blade of Despair, you will still get hurt. A lot. Basically, what we can only do is help you survive or prevent you from dying quickly using physical defensive equipment. One of the best items against her is Antique Cuirass. Keep in mind, she needs 6 stacks in order to deal maximum ultimate output. This means by the time she completes her stacks, you have also completed Antique Cuirass physical defensive stacks. Having warrior boots can be helpful as well. Sure, she doesn't rely heavily on basic attacks, but she still does in terms of maxing out her stacks, especially in between every phase of her second skill. Also, during the latter parts of the game, she won't be the only one attacking you, therefore warrior boots stacks will still increase thanks to her allies. In a nutshell, any equipment that provides physical defense will be a good investment against Hilda. While it's true there are a lot of equipment that gives physical defense, but as much as possible, avoid equipment that provides tremendous extra HP. Keep in mind her ultimate's damage scales according to your max HP, which means having more HP will be pointless if you don't have enough physical defense. As a matter of fact, it can even cause more problems for you on the latter parts of the game. Queen's Wings is also another good equipment to purchase against her. Be mindful of its cooldown though. The unique passive of Queen's Wings is greatly effective against Hilda's ultimate. The only problem with Queen's Wings is while its unique passive is in cooldown, it's pretty much useless. Not only does it have 0 physical defense, it also provides high bonus HP, which will in turn boost Hilda's ultimate's damage. Equipment that renders the user immune to physical damage can be great choices as well, such as Wind of Nature and Winter Truncheon.
If only I had the power.
Conceal from roaming boots can be helpful too. Since Hilda's attacks require a target to lock onto, activating Conceal will buy you enough time or help you avoid her combos. Same as Flicker though, make sure to activate this in time, because if you fail to time it perfectly and her skills have been casted, it will still inflict damage, thus removing the Conceal status of your equipment. When choosing damage items, I highly suggest prioritizing damage penetration and burst damage over HP scaling and life drain equipment. I'm not saying HP scaling and life drain equipment are bad. They can be helpful, but act more as supplementary items that will further improve your damage output against Hilda. The only time you should prioritize such items is if those equipment are the core items of the hero you picked. For example, Sun. Sun is an extremely powerful hero with Demon Hunter's Sword, which is why as much as possible you should get it as either your second or third tier 3 equipment.
Strong enough to shelter my people. Request backup. Ice-Field warriors, don't bring shame upon our enemy has been slain.
Let me first explain that countering Hilda with a hero is quite challenging. That's the truth. For example, Amon is a good pick against her because all of her skills, as I said earlier, are target locked. And since Amon has Conceal, she won't be able to trigger or activate an attack or lock onto Amon at all. However, if Hilda gains a chance in between Amon's Conceal combos, she can still turn the battle around because of how massive her damage output is. In addition to that, Hilda is normally played with 3 to 5 defensive items, so taking her down with Amon's combos will be quite challenging. In conclusion, on paper, heroes with Conceal can and may be able to defeat Hilda. However, it won't be easy still. In my opinion, they just have a higher chance of surviving against Hilda, but are not exactly hard counters. Same as the heroes with concealing abilities, another good pick against her are heroes that deal tremendous damage that scales according to her HP or has tremendous damage scaling or physical penetration and at the same time have very good HP sustain. Some examples are Zeroth, Yuzhong, and Sun. Be warned though, because picking those heroes alone won't be enough. You have to make sure you have the right equipment, emblem, and battle spell. Here are some other examples of such heroes.
I have to be strong enough to shelter my people.
First things first, don't buy boots as your first item. Actually, even if she's not your enemy, never ever buy boots as your first item unless you're a jungler or a roamer. It's better if you will buy different types of equipment like physical or magic defense, or physical or magic attack, or even mana regenerating or HP regenerating items. You know, something like leather jerkin and a bunch of those other small fry equipment. Emblems are also extremely important when dealing with Hilda. If you're playing as a damage type XP laner such as Zeroth, Yuzhong, and Pokito, just to name a few, as much as possible, get high and dry and invest your emblem points in physical attack and physical penetration. If you are playing a tanky XP laner such as Glue, Uranus, and Akai, just to name a few, I highly suggest getting Tenacity as your emblem and invest points in physical defense and physical defense percentage. In the event you were outmatched in picking and your hero is not very effective against Hilda, make sure to practice proper lane management. Don't expose yourself too much, or don't step too close to the minions. Don't rush the minions or attack the minions recklessly. Only do so once the minions are about to die. Your goal is not to get overwhelmed by her damage, while at the same time not lose out on experience and gold. See, the problem is if you attack Hilda's minions mindlessly, it'll be easier for the Hilda player to zone you out once the minion is about to die. Also, that exposes you to more skill combos from Hilda.
To the grave.
And let's say you were one of the lucky players and you were able to successfully pick a hero powerful enough to lane against her, and you have high and dry with maxed out physical attack and penetration. Play aggressively against her and practice correct and proper lane management. If your pick has physical penetration effects such as D-Rot's second skill, get that at level 1. I assure you, as long as you freeze the lane properly, get high and dry, and have the right hero for Hilda, zoning her out of the bush and away from your minions will be much easier. That pretty much concludes our Mobile Legends game guide for today. Did I miss out on a powerful tactic against Hilda? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and please subscribe to the channel. Stay safe, everyone. Peace.
Victory!